breaking news on big changes for the troubled Detroit Public School District. The emergency manager, Darnell Earley, is out at the end of the month, resigning just a few months before his contract expires. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell joins us live outside the DPS administrative offices at the Fisher Building. Kim, what does the governor have to say about this news today?
The governor says someone new will be appointed to lead Detroit Public Schools by the end of the month. No one is naming names at this time, but my sources close to the governor tell me that he is in talks with someone who has widespread respect with people throughout the city of Detroit. As for what Mr. Earley has to say, my sources say he didn't arrive this morning at the Fisher Building when he normally does. His spokesperson said there will be no interviews. He did release a statement saying he has completed comprehensive restructuring necessary for downsizing central office. It's an interesting statement since a story we shared just last week showed that there have been almost as many hirings as firings. Governor Snyder released a statement saying Mr. Earley did a, quote, very good job in tough circumstances. Taking a look at those circumstances, teachers protested oversized classrooms without teachers, and deplorable conditions inside schools. We showed you some of those conditions. Some buildings allowed to fall into such disrepair that they were filled with mold, many having major problems with bugs and rats. Plus, Darnell Earley was criticized for being emergency manager in Flint and his possible role in the Flint water crisis. DPS board member Tawana Simpson told me emergency management in general needs to end, that the school board needs to be re-empowered, but that this is a step in the right direction.
I was very surprised. I was very surprised to find out that the emergency manager has resigned. I wasn't satisfied with Mr. Earley because Mr. Earley did not work with the duly elected board. He did not take recommendations from us. He would not meet with us. And I don't respect Mr. Earley for what he created in Flint, the water crisis that he created in Flint.
Now to the issue in Flint. Darnell Earley was set to testify before Congress tomorrow about what happened in Flint and the water crisis, his role in it, answering questions before our nation's leaders. We are told he has hired an attorney and is not going to testify. He is refusing. That is what sources are telling us. He wouldn't even answer our questions. I asked him a couple weeks ago about whether he could lead DPS, considering that he also led in Flint.
When we're at the stick-out strikes, a lot of the teachers bring up the Flint water crisis. Do you feel like you have credibility with the teachers and your staff because of what happened in Flint?
I feel that I'm not going to comment on anything related to that for reasons that are obvious. That was another situation.
Now, the governor's office saying that we will have answers by the end of this month as to who will be leading Detroit Public Schools next. We will be following that. Reporting live in Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.